Hello everyone and welcome back to the 47-part tutorial of how to model a basketball court arena, where we will continue with our basketball hoop. This time we ain't gonna model, as I told you earlier on the last part. Will be it for the modeling part. I do want to though create one special texture that it's really important for me, because I don't think you can find it somewhere on the web, and it's fairly easy to create, so why not? Um, Two things. If you're using an S, I know it doesn't have to do or related to you, but it might be that you will need this information, so I just say it straightforward and do whatever you want with it. I will give it only 1 minute to speak about this. Anyway, I'm using an SSD 64 gigs as for my main hard drive. This is where my Maya, also Photoshop, and whatever I use mainly stored. I From this 64, I have something like 37 gigs free. Okay, so that means a lot. It's like more than half of the capacity of my hard drive. Now, for some reason, while I was working with Photoshop, Photoshop warned me, listen up, you don't have enough space for your scratch disk. And this is where problems began. So um, what I've done is pretty simple. I went to Photoshop preferences, and yeah, we're gonna work a little bit with Photoshop in order to create this texture. And I went over performance, and you can see here there is the scratch disk management tool. Okay, now as for default, it was set to ohm. This is my system hard drive, and I have those additional hard drive where I can store all of the other crap that I'm generally using on my computer. So it was set to this, and I had like when this error message appears, I had like more of like 10 gigs free. Okay, so I told myself, okay, probably because of the resolution that I'm using right now, this deserves much more space, and 10 gigs is not enough. So what I've done, I was immediately changing my scratch disk to be the All Mavericks, okay, which I have to 61, as you can see. Um, all good. Everything is okay. I could have continued with my work. And apparently, when I did this change and I marked this drive, all of a sudden, after I close this and open this once again, what I've seen is that I have only 37 megabytes on my main hard drive. This was a little bit confusing. So I started searching on the web where is this scratch folder that I can just remove it or delete whatever it contains, and uh, so I can get back my memory. And apparently, the only solution was to tick this back and tick it off, and then it appears as 34 gigabytes. It could be a bug, but it's very crucial that you will be aware of this. I mean, if for some reason my system will lock into thinking that I have only 37 while I do add 34 and I knew that I should have more, this could be a problem for your hardware. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know if this is the way to fix this, but I just want you to be aware that you need to make sure that your application uses an other storage hard drive in order to use it as scratch disk. This is what I do with other applications most of the time. I'm not using that much Photoshop, that's why I didn't been aware of this. But this time it caught me and I had to deal with it, and this is what I wanted to show you. So this is it for this thing. Um, there is someone drilling outside. It's very noisy. I hope you don't hear it. If you do hear it, tens, thousands of apologies about this. Um, so let's continue. What are we gonna do right now? I'm gonna pause for a second. Okay, I'm back, and I had to do something. I needed to shut off the window in order for you not to hear this nonsense that I'm hearing right now. Let's talk about what we are actually going to do. I know it was quite some time for this introduction. Anyway, what we're going to do this time is we're going to create a texture file, a one texture file actually, in order to have this nice detail. So you see, we have here a PNG file that I just pulled off the web, and if you want this, and you probably want this, or you can use just pause the video and type down on a note all the measurements things here. You can type here in basketball board. I think I have triple L and board and measurements. Okay, so if you type this and go over images for basketball board measurements, okay, you will see this here. This is the one. You click on it. I will leave a link on the description, so no need to really uh, no. Anyway, let's continue. We're gonna create this borders. Now, what I mean is that I want you to create a file texture which is transparent in the middle on those white areas, and that it will serve us as what we have here. You see this white strip and this white border here. Okay, so we need these in order to enhance our no the way that our model looks like, and this is really what this is all about. But we need to use a real world measurements because we already started with this. So later on we will just do whatever we need it takes to scale our model down, but at least whenever we will start by creating this texture, it will be on real world scale, and then we will optimize it for our own use, okay, by just scaling it down. So we have first, well, let me bring this up and let me click on this. We have a 1,800 centimeters for the long length, and for the height 1,050. So we're gonna create um, a file, new file, with exactly those values in centimeters. Okay, click OK. Now this is a huge file. This is enormous file. This is why everything went wrong earlier. So what you want to do with that, you want to make sure first that you go over View tab and make sure that the rulers are clicked, assigned with V. This will bring you those alignment rulers. You need them. So what you do, you switch to this selection tool, and if you click here and move, okay, click, hold, and drag, you will see that here we have our ruler. We can put it here and it will snap. You can hold down the shift and it will snap also. Now we're gonna use the shift a lot to snap, but right now for those lines it will snap them if you get closer. Okay, you see? So I'm gonna put one line here and release. This will draw this bluish kind of line here. You want to do this once more. So every time you pull them from the rulers. Okay, we have the side ruler. Click, hold, drag, and it will place it. You place it. Okay, so we have those four, and these are our borders. Okay, now we want to open this, and we want to see something here. You see the picture, how it looks? You see this arrow here and this arrow here? It tells us that the distance between of them, it's 150, and this is for the out edge line of this border and for the inner edge border of that. So I want you to first be aware of this. This is 150. You want to take this 150, and if I click here, hold and drag, as I did, I will make sure it's snapped over here, and you can see it says 1050. So what I need to take off is 150. So that means I need to have only 900. This should be on the 900 place. So I put it there and I pressed shift in order for it to snap to the 900, and then I will release it. Now between this and this line we have 150, right? Now because we have 150, we need to make sure that for this border we will we will divide these sum, okay, this 150 to 3. Why? Because we have this line of border that we need to bear in mind, and this line. So we can just divide it by 3, 50, 50, 50. 50 for this border, 50 for this space in between, and another 50 for this border. So this will be pretty simple. Click, hold, drag, come here. This is 900, so over here, 950, press shift, try to lock it to 50. Now, if it doesn't work and it's not locking to 50, release it, okay? Zoom in very much. Make sure you really caught this. Make sure you are on the selection tool and you caught this line again. And now simply refine this to 950, okay? So now it's on 950. Now we'll create another one and make sure that this border is, instead, this is like the 1050, so we need only 10,000, 1,000 actually. Okay, and here you go. So we have this as our borders, and we can set all the other ones right now because this is pretty easy. It's 50. If this is 50, that means the whole border is 50. So I'm gonna come here. This is 180. Okay, so 1,800. So we need 1,750, right? So let's go over 50, snap, release. Here we go, we have this 50. Now we will create another one here. So this is 0, we need a 50. Here we go, we are at 50, shift to snap it, and we will do the same here. Okay, so here we go, we already have our borders for the outer border. Now we need to build up the center borders. So first of all, this is 0 to 1,800. Divided by 2, it's 900. So you want to grab this and place it exactly on the 900 in the center, right? That's pretty much helping us. If I will open this again, new activity on video. Thank you. Never mind, just remove this. Okay. So from this 150, right, that we just calculated at the beginning, we already created this line. So we need to take from this line 450, as you can see here, right? So this is what we will do. We will create another line. Okay, come on. So this is where this line is. It's 950, right? And we need 450. So 50 is, well, this is 950, this is 900, okay? And now we need to reduce 400, remove 400. So this is 500. We need this to be at the 500 point, right? Like that. Shift, snap it, and this is the outer edge, and this is the outer edge now. Now we need this. We have 519 for this length here, from this border to this border. So we have the center, okay? And if we will divide this, so it will be like 250 and 250 for each, and plus 45, right? So 250 plus 45, it's 295, okay? So 295 for each side. We will add another borders. So we have 290, wait, let's create this. This is 90. I will take 200, 300, and reduce 5, okay? So it will be 605. Now it's hard for me to set it to 605, so what I will do, I will simply zoom in, because I have to if I want this to be correct, and move it with the shift, hold on the shift and just drag it until you meet the 605. So this is another borderline, and now we need 900 to take, well, we have 1000, it's 100, 100 and 1100, and 1200. and we need to reduce 5. So I'm going to place it on the 2000, zoom in, and reduce 5, okay, from this. So I will have 90, 100, 1195. Pum, pada, pum. Okay, good. Now that we have this, all we need to do is take 50 for each one of them because the borders are 50 or somewhat 50. That's good, don't worry. So 500, we need this to be on the 550. We need this to be on the 500, well, sorry, 650. Well, this is 605. Remember, this is 605, so you need 655. So we're gonna zoom in here, and I will move it over 55. Whoops, that way. And I'm gonna add one more here. So this is like 195, right? 1195, and I need to reduce 50. So 260, this is already 30, 40, and 50. And, well, oh, let's just put it on 45. 45, right? 100, yeah, exactly, 45. Well, just 1,195 minus 50, so 45. And let me first pause. So now for the fun part. This is should be very quick and easy. You want to click here on the rectangle tool, and if you don't see the rectangle tool, it's probably one of the other tools. So you just want to click here under this arrow and this symbol and choose the rectangle tool. You want to make sure that here above it's filled with black at first, okay? So, sorry, with white. And you want to draw, oh no, you want to draw, you want to shift click here somewhere, and it will snap, and then release the shift, and it will snap to those borders, and will create this square here. You want to immediately go right click and choose resize layer. It will remove it from being a smart object. Now it takes time, and this is where the scratch disk is coming into play and can give me errors if I don't have enough space on my hard drive. So this is why it was important for me to tell you this. I wanted to do them all the layers all at once, but I'm trying to avoid problems, so I'm doing them one by one. So this bin has been rasterized, and I'm gonna create another one, but this time black. Okay. Now, when you suddenly click here, it will think that you already created something. So I'm gonna point my cursor here to this area, shift, click, hold, release the shift, and continue dragging, and you see it snapping to these borders of the ruler. So I release it there, and it's set to black, and that's all good. Now I'm gonna switch to white. Well, no, I want this to stay black. So I'm gonna create another one and then switch it to white. So click here. Basically creating squares on top of squares. And this will be the new one, and we will change it to white. See? And then a new one on top of it here. Shift. Okay, it snaps. You don't need to hold down the shift all the time. Just, I thought that it will be good to snap it over here. I'm not sure it's really snapping, but try really on your eyes and zoom in or whatever. And then change this to black. Now that's all good. So after you've done this, you wanna make sure you grab all those three smart objects and rasterize those as well. So this will take a little bit more time, and I will leave it open and continue on drinking my coffee and smoke my cigarette. Meanwhile, it's doing this. Now, don't worry. This is a very huge uh, picture, but we will, um, well, we will change the size of it to 520, 512 by 512. So here it's done. All I want to do right now is grab the other one, all four of them, right click, choose flatten image. Okay, this will make it one layer. So it will take time. Again, calculating, blah blah blah. All right, come on, go on, go on, go on. And here we go. We have one layer with our uh, borders. So I usually take this lock, click, hold, and drag it to the trash so I can still work on this or whatever. And what you want to do here, you want to grab this tool here, the magic wand. You click, hold, and choose one of them, or either the quick selection or the magic wand. I will grab the magic wand, select this white border, okay? It's taking time calculating, which is really weird. What can I say? We'll let it do its thing. Go on. Okay, I never been in this situation. Shouldn't take that long, but okay. So it's picking this, shift, hold on the shift and click on the other border, this one, and it will select both of them. Okay, now what you want to do is switch to channel here, this tab, and I think you need to hold down Control or Command for Mac users and click on this. Okay, this will create this alpha channel. Okay, if you click on this and you see that everything inside is red, as you can see, and the whites are still whites, that's all good. All you have to do from here is go over File. Well, let's change to Layers tab and then go over File, Save As, and you want to save this as basket board, backboard or something, and you want to make sure it's TIFF, okay? This will allow you to save any layers if you have any layers, and also alpha channels. So this red thing that we created here is an alpha channel. This means that whenever we import this into Maya, this red area will be transparent. You want to click save, and I really have no idea where did I save this. I think it's on my desktop. Could not save backward TF because its document exceeded than 4 GB limits of TIFF files. Really, this is really weird. Uh, let's see what's going on with my home again. Well, it shouldn't have done this, so let's. I will try to unselect those things that's still selected. Go over the channels. Let's turn off the alpha. And let's try and save this again. I'm just gonna call it 123 and save it on my desktop again. Hopefully it won't give me this weird message. Could not save as 123TF because the document exceeded the 4 GB limits. Oh, sorry, guys, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna delete this, okay? I'm gonna take a few steps backwards, okay, where it's still selected. And I ain't gonna select this. I'm gonna leave it as it were, unselected. Just simply click here with the lasso tool once or twice to release this selection. And first, what you want to do, of course, is to change the scale of this picture. So we want to change the image size. Okay, click on image size, and you want to set this to 512. Again, this time it's pixels, not centimeters. And you want to set this to 512. Now, if you can't type in the second column, break the connection, delete connection that just deal with the aspect ratio. So you want to click OK and wait for a while. Let it wait. Let it do its thing. Not sure how I forgot this. Oh. Well, it's taking time. But it will happen eventually. And you will see something very weird here with those lines. It's like we won't have anything there, but we will need to zoom in and take a look at this in order to really see this. Okay, so it's starting moving faster. Alright, so you see this is what will happen. You see something like this. So if you hold on control and scroll your mouse wheel, you will see it. Okay, now we will do whatever we wanted. So I'm gonna grab the magic wand, grab this, shift, select this. Now it's easier for Photoshop to select those lines. Add the channel, control and click on this. Apply this. If you see the red, that's all good. File, save as, and I'm gonna save it as 123 TIFF on my desktop for now, just for now, save. And okay. Alright, that's done. If you want to save this file in other format, be my guest. I'm gonna quit Photoshop and I'm gonna bring in Autodesk Maya. And we just want to check this. So, well, I will apply it already, so no problem. Okay, file, open scene. I'm gonna use my latest file. And I already have it here, but I just want to show you. I will delete it, okay? And then I will go over here. It was part of my experiment, so I'm gonna delete those, and I'm gonna create a new plane here. Now press F to zoom on this plane, and you want to make sure that in the attribute editor you set this to like that. You don't want to have any wireframes on that. Actually edges. So you want to go over, right click, choose assign new material. Favorite material, Bleen this time, okay? Now the reason that I'm using Bleen is because the alpha channel, as far as I can see, is working better with default Maya shaders than Maya Material X or whatever. I try to there is this option alpha is luminance or something, and it's not really working for me. I don't know why, though. Using this will be enough, the Bleen, because we have still some values like I don't know, like reflectivity and stuff like that that works on Bleen, so that's good. All you need to do is click on this color checkered box, click File, click on this icon folder, go over the desktop right now, and look for this 123 TIFF file. Here it is. So you see on the preview, it shows that everything inside the borders are gray. That means it's really transparent. Click Open, and this is what you get. Okay, so our basketball hoop is there, and we need to rotate this according to this. Now, you can't really show this side because it will be black. This one is the white. So I'm gonna just rotate this 180 degrees that way, and hold on the J and rotate it 90 degrees that way. Switch to move tool. You can scale it, but scale it uniformly that way a little bit and bring it up to where our board is. Well, probably should have scaled this more up. And bring it here. Okay. And now we just need to find the center of this. Okay. So I'm gonna put it somewhere here and stretch it up and down like on the y-axis, trying to match this. Now this line here should be like the height of the rim. Okay, so either you will stretch it a little bit more like that, but make sure it's not here, up here, it's not like doing its thing and picking out. So whatever you do, just try and lower it down like that. Okay, and maybe I can still just a little bit. Well, this is enough. We will be able to stretch this in that way, and all you need to care of is that you have some kind of a leftover frame here. So you see I need a little bit more from the y-axis, so I will squeeze this just a little bit more. And if you really want, just isolate both of them. It will be easier to work that way. You can also maybe isolate the rim together with them, so you will have better understanding. So I'm gonna grab only this layer, right click, where it is. I want only this thing. Okay, and right click, choose. I don't know, for some reason it's like, well, right click. Something acting very weird here. Right click vertices. Okay. I'm gonna grab those two vertices here and match my frame. I just need a little bit of frame here, you see? So that's good. And now I will fix those and bring them upwards that way. So we have a frame here, and maybe we can reduce this a little bit. This is why I didn't want any edges here, so I can control this with only 4 vertices. And I know that the rim is not at the same height, though you can always grab the rim, leave it on the same height, or maybe change the values. I mean, if I took 150 or something like that, but I think that the thing that covers this top here is somewhat okay, and it's really not big issue. I don't want to scale the rim because the diameter is correct, so don't do this. You may want maybe to scale only the base and then it will fit this, but right now I'm gonna treat it as fair enough, good for my own use, and I don't need more than that. I just need it to be here. Now that's all for this part, so please save this file, save scene as, save scene as, save scene. Okay, save scene. And I will meet you at the next part where we will continue and just build more shaders to it and assemble the whole thing here. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.